Hello, Devs Like Us community. Welcome back to another episode. On this episode, all of the cast members have taken the Myers Briggs personality test, and then we're going to see where we fall and then give advice on how based on your personality, how you can use that to become a better team member on your development team. So stay tuned. Cast, let's start with round robin. What's going on? What's going on? JB, you want to go first? What's going on in your life?
Let me see what's going on in my life. You know, just working hard, hardly working. Doing a little development here and there. Um, yeah, just trying to stay afloat. How about you, Clarence?
The only thing that's been going on with me is I'm starting my new desk build. Maybe once this one gets finished and actually finished, I could do maybe a desk tour. But been working on that, trying to get that done. Other than that, fall cleaning. You know, it's fall time to start purging stuff before Christmas stuff comes around and starts taking up space. But as far as
Help
them,
go with new.
yeah, yeah. I've been trying to find a little bit more time though to kind of dedicate some more time to doing some dev stuff. But I've just been focusing on all of the admin things of life.
Makes sense.
This makes a lot of sense. That's funny that you mentioned Christmas. Taj brought home a Christmas book
Mm-mm.
from the library this past week, and so I was like a little early, but okay, we'll read it. Um, but yeah, and so for my life, so the biggest interesting thing this week is Pearl and I got new phones. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
Was not expected because I like to have my phone as long as I can, but
Mm.
it's getting harder and harder to do that. It's like now they're saying, "Oh, your phone's not compatible. It's so old. Like we have to kick it
True.
off the network." And I'm like, "Really? Come
Did
on."
you get the 13?
Yeah, and I'm
Nice.
like, this is
What did you
literally
come
the first
from?
time in
Did you
life.
come from an eight?
You
Um,
had the X. You had the 8
XR, I
XR.
had the
XR.
Yeah,
Okay.
XR,
yeah.
yeah, and before the XR, I had like the seven.
Ah,
Mm.
So, but it
Yeah.
was like the 7 or 8 or whatever. But it was like I was able to keep my phone, but the battery always. I know the battery is always going to wear down a little bit, but
I mean, they
like
they admitted
sometimes
to
it's
that part.
like as soon as the update comes out,
Hmm.
my
yeah.
battery
They
is
started to
jacked
kill it.
up.
Yeah, I had the same
Yeah,
problem with my
so
6S Plus before I got the 12.
yeah. So this on this one, we weren't getting all like a bunch of text messages, and if we did get text messages, we got the same text messages like 3 times, and like we didn't get phone calls and all that fun stuff. So now this like I think this came out 2 weeks ago, so this is the newest iPhone I ever have
Nice,
had in life.
nice,
You're such
nice.
an adult
Yeah,
now.
exactly, and it has like a whole bunch of cameras in the back.
Put your hand behind it.
Yeah, you gotta do
Good.
the
There you go.
YouTube. There
Now
you
bring
go.
it in. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right.
That's probably
Let's
a
get
good
into the topic,
question.
JB. Let's get into. Oh, what you go
I
ahead? Go
say
ahead,
that's
Clarence.
probably a good question for the community. Are you a upgrade every year type of person? It seems like you already see two of us that are kind of hold out until the end before you kind of upgrade
I
to a
had an
later thing.
eight before I upgraded, so
Oh,
it's
so that's
all of
three of
us.
us. That's three of us. So yeah, all of us are
Yeah.
more like hold on to it till it really needs to be replaced. Or are you a
Yeah.
person that
But
upgrades every year?
you almost if like you almost can't do that anymore. Like I basically was forced. Well, this was too because I was with Sprint and I never changed my SIM card. So
Oh,
they
to
were like,
T-Mobile.
yeah, you didn't. Yeah, so it was like, yeah, we were like, your phone was gonna stop working next
It's
month,
like we
Ah,
were
like
waiting on
all
you
the
to
way
come see
stop
us.
working.
true.
It's like you did because they sent us SIM cards in the mail, and I was like, I don't trust this.
Oh yeah, switch to
Believe
T-Mobile.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not doing this. This is probably somebody just trying to get in through mailing me this SIM card. All right. Go ahead, JB. So what we got? We got some Myers Briggs results. Do we want to give like some background by why people take this test?
Um, yeah, I guess we can give some background. So the Myers-Briggs test gives you really good insight into the type of personality that you have and how that can work with other personalities. And so, let me go back to the website so I can look at their options. So, like your first two is extrovert versus introvert. You have the what is it? Intuitive versus What's the S again? Uh, is it sensing? Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
sensing.
yeah. Intuitive versus sensing. Um, we have ooh, these pictures are small. You have the thinking versus feeling and the judging versus perceiving. And so, based on the combinations that you have of these results, kind of helps you figure out how you can best work with the other people around you and how they can work best with you. Now, granted, these tests are not a end all be all. Like once you find your personality type, that will more than likely not be your forever personality type, or your percentages will fluctuate just because of the fact that life happens, events, and all those things. And so you tend to change, your personality tends to change as you grow, and things like that. And so, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it.
I like it. I like it. So everyone, community, if you take the Myers Briggs test, uh, put it in the comments what your results and stuff are. That could maybe be fun. All
Yeah.
right. So, JB, you want to start with your results, or Clarence, or y'all want to go through your results?
I guess I can go first. So my results were introverted, intuitive thinking, and judging, INTJ. Um, with 38% introvert, 16% intuitive, 9% thinking, and 9% judging. I mean, 6% judging.
You don't do a
Um,
lot of thinking.
and those percentages are
I
based
don't do a
on,
lot of thinking
uh,
either.
well, no, those percentages aren't like, oh, you're only kind of judging. It's more so like on a scale between judging and perceiving. I'm only
But
6% towards the judging side of that
Mm,
scale.
mm.
yeah,
So I'm
cause
just fairly close to being in the middle of said
yeah, so
scale.
that percentage, for clarification, that percentage of thinking isn't bad because I don't see any thinking on Clarence's
I don't have
results.
it.
I
I
just
got
see
feeling
No,
feeling.
just
overthinking.
out here
Yeah,
feeling everything.
yeah.
Yeah, so if you get any percentage of thinking, that means like you tend to think more than other folks,
Yeah,
probably like
it's just
I'm for
you
the.
oh
tend
situation.
to lean more towards your thinking than your feelings. AKA, I'm a logical thinker. And once y'all hear Clarence's results, he's more of a
I'm
feeling
all for the
person.
feels.
Yeah, his
Clarence
choices
Clarence is
are
going out there. He's trying to bargain for everything and like talk to people. Be like, you know what? I feel like you're a good guy. I feel like you're a good guy. I feel it. I feel
he would never do
it. Look, I just
3 months
caught some
later.
fish out back. How about I give you some of this? Some of I got. How about I give you three of these fish? You give me a discount on this. Clarence gonna talk you to death
Pick up, talk it down.
and fill you out. All right, so those are good results. All right, I'll shoot mine off and then Clarence can go.
Yeah.
So I am also INTJ, so I'm like JB, but our percentages were a little different.
Mhm.
So I'm 28% introvert, 28% intuitive, 16% thinking, and then 44% judging. JB, can you help me explain that? So what does it mean by 44% judging?
Um, when it comes to
Is it,
perceiving things versus judging things, you judge a lot.
mm.
And by a lot, I mean a lot. Because you are more than halfway to the judging side of things. Um,
So that means like, so if I was to perceive things, so what's the difference between perceiving and judging? If could
Isn't
you see that
perceiving
breakout?
more like a I just had it. It was right there. I thought like
I feel like perceiving, you're not taking in enough facts. You just that's
yeah,
just
like it is what
perceiving,
it
right?
is.
yes,
And that seems
you're
that
just going off
seems
perceptions.
that's ridiculous. I feel like judging is better than perceiving. Why would I ever just perceive something? All right, Clarence, you go.
So I
Clarence, what are your
am
results?
ENFJ. So I am 16% extrovert, 28%
Oh my goodness.
intuitive, 19% as y'all were joking on me in feeling the feeling department, and I am
Yes,
19%
feelings.
judging. Uh, I'm for all the feels.
Clarence is the new Drake.
I'm certified lover boy. No.
Oh, where's your wife?
I tried to put my part in before I got here, but I didn't want to look too bad for the recording.
All right. So how can we take these results and make it to make our personality traits like a strength and maybe even leverage some weak because they really don't show you a weakness. It just basically tells you about yourself, right? So,
Yeah.
I guess one thing I've done because I've had to do this for work before with the team, and so one thing that I've done is like as far as like knowing that I am more of an introvert, I do plan things. Like if I have to go to a social event or go to a conference, I have to like write down my plans of how I'm going to interact with people.
Yes.
Um, and so one thing that I've found even from another introvert was if they like went to a dinner like a business dinner, they would write down like icebreaker questions and like you don't have to pull out the cards, but like before you go there, just write some out. Like if you know who you're going to be eating with, write out different questions that you can ask to like either break the ice or like to continue a conversation. Like if one conversation topic gets stale or a little far out of like your comfort zone,
Hmm.
you can have some questions to like switch or pivot the conversation of a table to another thing. It could always be, and I think Daryl mentioned this too when he was around people. He would always bring up like the weather,
Yeah.
which is one thing, or sports. Um, try not. I would definitely not do politics.
No.
Or I would not do politics and religions to
Yes.
be off limits
Mm.
in relation to like
They could be volatile
um,
topics sometimes.
yeah, yeah, those, yeah, for like work stuff. It's just that's those topics are hard sometimes amongst family, let alone like
Yeah.
coworkers.
Yeah.
But yeah, those hobbies are great. Like if you're into like building keyboards or you're into like a certain type of game, different hobbies. Oh, food is a
Well,
universal
that's
language, just
that's
like
your
music.
that's your spot.
I do food. Like if
Oh
there's
yeah.
food on the table, this is just going to turn into the Food Network where we're just like,
It's like, oh, how do you think they made this? Hmm.
right. I'm all appetizer. But yeah, that's one thing. Like, so if you're an introvert, planning, and
Yeah.
so what a question I have. So JB, me and you are
Hmm.
more on the introvert side. Clarence, you're an extrovert. Do you you're in like the tech field? Do you ever plan or strategize for being around a bunch of introverts?
No, I just kind of,
You need.
I'm being me all the time, and I know JB probably is like, oh my gosh, I hope he's not like that with everybody, but yeah,
No,
for me,
everybody.
I do feel like as long as I've been in the field, I've always been surrounded by introverts because one thing, like throughout the jobs that I've had, I'm always the person that knows almost everybody. People come by my desk and they're like, I've been working here for 10 years and I've never spoke to that person. Or, like kind of one of those things of like just always meet and greet. And to your point, right? When you said like when you're in a room with people, for me, it was just like coffee breaks or something like that. Just if I
Hmm.
haven't met you, I'm gonna at least say hi. And then, of course, when you're in the office, you see people on routine. So, it goes from hi to hello to how are you doing? And really, you never know. Whenever you say that first, how are you doing? Depending on how much comfort there are around you, you already sparked, a convo between two people, right? Oh, traffic was bad. Oh, everybody can relate to traffic. Or, like you said, food, sports, anything like that. I mean, of course, we stay away from like the religion stuff, but sometimes even that could be a discussion. It just depends, Even with that, you just got to be open minded that there is a person on the receiving end to know what kind of things to talk about or what kind of things to touch on, but not to be too. Per-
You
uh,
gotta really know what you're
yeah,
talking about. Like
Yes.
really, like you
yeah,
gotta know,
yeah,
like you gotta know this person. This is, yeah. If you don't know, like most likely, yeah, you think you know people, but you don't know people, so that you
yeah.
gotta be careful. Yeah,
Yeah, so that's why I feel like with me being an extrovert, I guess in a way I'm all about the feels too, just because it's just they just kind of to me they go hand in hand. So
yeah.
I'm not too surprised about my results.
And what's crazy is being an introvert. I feel like an extrovert in
Yes.
our world just because I know I'm an introvert, but there's people who are way farther on the other side of being an introvert than I am. Like I will force myself to do stuff and like be comfortable with the uncomfortable. So I can only imagine how you feel, Clarence, because like even when I've been like a team lead and stuff, or like I plan for for people who are introverted because like okay like if they're gonna have to speak, I try not to put them on blast just a couple seconds before they have to speak. Like
Yeah. Give
I
them a
give them
heads
time
up.
to prepare, give them a heads up. If they don't have to speak, I give options for like you can text it, you can write in your stuff in chat or, versus having to say something. So like I give options, and like I try to make sure people are comfortable. JB, do you have any special adjustments you make?
For me, it's more about um, one of the major things is reading the space that you're in, which I feel like um, a lot of extroverts have this issue, where it's like for them, they're getting their energy from that interaction of people. And so then they're just talking, 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 talking. And you can just kind of see on that introvert, like they've checked out.
Mm.
Like they're just like, yeah, I'm here, but I'm ready to go back to my work,
Oh,
type
so
of
that's what
thing.
happens.
Yes, Clarence, that's what happens every single time. Um, every conversation we've ever had. Uh, but it's being able to notice when to cut a conversation because, like Terrence, at my job, I'm one of the extroverts of the introvert side of things, where it's like when I'm by myself. Oh, it's great. I'm sitting there coding and I can just do my thing, no interruptions. But if when I need that break, I'm like, oh, I gotta find somebody to talk to. I gotta find somebody to talk to. And we'll have our conversation for, a bit. And I don't like small talk. So getting away from the small talk and actually getting to like know things about people that you're with. Because I can't remember which episode it was that we had previously when we were talking about getting to know your coworkers and figuring out what their interests. Was that Daryl's episode? Uh,
I feel like
Yeah, we
Daryl
covered.
hit it for sure because he was
yeah,
talking about elevator talk and
Yeah,
all
and
that.
he was talking about how his coworkers, he has the diverse set of coworkers, and getting to know and getting to do some of the things that they like to do. And so, yeah, like being just having those conversations of like, how's such and such, thing that you were working on going? Because sometimes a lot of people that you work with do great projects outside of work, and so which can help you with ideas on things that you can work on or to get better and stuff. And so for me, it's like just understanding the dynamic of people. But to get away from just the introvert extrovert portion of this, because we've been heavily focused on that. Um, so, like looking at the thinking versus feeling, just between Clarence and us, is that
Y'all just different.
and it's just you. You're you're a special kind of something. So, but uh, having the mix of logical thinkers versus people who go based on feeling is a good mix, and being able to figure out how to get those two to work together is really great because your logical thinkers are trying to figure out like every edge case that could possibly be, while your people on the feeling side is like, okay, but is this, good for our users? How, like, they're trying to think about how they could feel about, the things that are going on and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I feel like that's one of those really good things I just wanted to point out that's different between us. That's why we keep Clarence around, is because, he's always telling us about his feelings and stuff. So, yeah.
He's the one that's like, hey, let's reach out to this person so we can have them as a guest,
Yeah.
and we're like, let's
We'll
build this
see.
system and do this.
Yeah, let's build up the background stuff first. I just
I
feel
tell
like they
you,
would be a great person.
I'm
That's what we
changing my
do
Twitter
every time.
handle to Mr. Fields.
Right,
I don't think they'll get it.
right. That's awesome. So that was a great point, JB. Thanks for getting us off the introvert extrovert stuff. So to that's a perfect thing too. Like in
Mhm,
every team that is building a product, there's end users, so there's people. So like we kind
mhm.
of like really need that feeling and in touch with others. Like that is a really important part. And if there was just nothing but JBs and Terrences on the team, like that's a
Diversity
form of
matters.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a form of diversity as well. Like
Yeah.
we need people to think and act and see things from different perspectives. So, Clarence, we're so glad that you're not an INTJ
Oh yes.
on this
Because I was
team.
kind of worried when Terrence's results came up, and I was like, the same.
See, I just
if
feel
yeah,
like
if you yeah, if you were the same, then that would say something about our team dynamics. It's like not good. But how many teams there probably are like everyone is, and they're probably even higher percentages and all
Mhm.
like
mhm,
the same. And you
yeah.
kind of know like there's a lot of people. It's like wow, like everyone's the same, and you just feel like an outcast.
Yeah.
Um, around that. And so what I would say is if you are in a situation where you're in a team where everyone's probably pretty much like the same and even like the same percentage wise, embrace you're different. Like
Yes.
the
Mhm.
fact that you're different. And hopefully your team can see like that is a strength and that is a good thing rather than like a negative thing. Teams who see that as a negative thing, they don't like being uncomfortable. But that form of being uncomfortable can be a good thing for the product and be a good thing for your team. There are some situations where you should never feel uncomfortable, but like as far as like different people like they're being respectable but they just see things in a different way and kind of like have different
Embrace.
strengths, embrace it. Embrace it.
But I feel
Yeah.
like that also comes into having like a good team lead or a good manager to, first of all, notice the differences between the people and figuring out the ways to leverage the different aspects of people. And, where it's like you have your because of the thanking feeling, I really that's one of my favorite spots. So just from like your logical thinkers just being in the room and they're just throwing out their ideas and things like that, and then having that manager be like, all right, so what about you, because I know that this is a space that you thought about, like you're more customer centric versus code centric type of thoughts. Or even in like the sensing and intuition portion, where it's like, do you believe everything you hear from other people, or do you believe what you feel inside? Which I think is also an interesting one because it's intuition, but you didn't get the feelings part of that. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, just kind of believing you know, what you think it is, following the gut type of thing. And I think that is a pretty good piece for a manager to know and understand. Is like, all right, you have what, these 16 combinations, and all right, how can I leverage all the different aspects of said 16? So,
Yeah, I always say, in my for me, I always think like, especially being on a team, is that you never know what little part that you could bring. So you kind of express. To me, you express every strength or weakness that you have because it could be something that leverages everybody, right? If you're on a team with everybody being pretty much the same, in this test, rather, right? There could be a one piece that could be added to help out somebody else that struggles with the latter, right? So, in most cases, like again, I read kind of my percentages. I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm just gonna be that loud person. I'm gonna try to bring everybody together. It's just the nature in me to just kind of see like, okay, what are you good at? What are you bad at? Then let's
mhm,
kind of merge it all together to see how can we make this, perfect piece. And it's in the end, it's not always gonna be perfect because there's gonna be times where everybody
mhm,
bumps heads or not see the same way or stuff like
mhm.
that. But for the most part, like a team, the most successful teams, they mesh well, and
Yeah.
I think that's just one of those things.
Clarence, I have one question for you before we go do our final wrap ups around the room.
Yes, sir.
Are you that coworker that's like, oh, come on, y'all, we should all go to lunch. Let's all go to lunch and
Yes.
do this.
That's definitely
I
him.
do love lunches. I
Definitely
could I
Clarence.
could spend hours on lunches just talking.
Okay, that's all I need to know. All right, my wrap up statement for this, as far as like advice, is really more so. I'm sorry, JB was going back to the introverts and extroverts, but your final wrap ups don't have to be around that. But one thing I wanted to say was both JB and I lean towards being an introvert, but all of us have like we do public speaking stuff, we do lead teams and stuff. So I don't want if you're an introvert. Fortunately enough, my parents like helped. They like put me in stuff as a child, so like I had to do plays as a child. I played sports as a child. I had to like do different speeches and talking like speeching competitions. Start small and like
Hmm.
try to build up your confidence and um, just try to do small things, even if it's just, hey, today I'm gonna talk to somebody I don't know.
Yeah.
Like do small little steps to try to work. So don't let if you have dreams of being certain things, or if your dreams require you to do some talking here and there, or to be able to network with people, even if it's networking, like that's important for all of us. I would just say try to find a path and small steps to work up your practice and being able to get reps in, as far as like being able to interact with them, because you're always going to be an introvert. I still get drained being around people, but I'm doing a
Yeah.
podcast and I talk to people and I still try. So and it is fun. You actually do meet a lot of good people like
Hmm.
when you network. So that's just my advice for wrapping
I
up.
got a small like non-technical question, right? You play sports. So I play sports and I feel like that definitely helped out with being an extrovert just because, you got different characteristics, different people on teams and stuff like that. Being on a football team, how does that mesh with being an introvert?
So for me, like I'm trying to think. So I've had a couple games in college that was huge. So like I want to say the largest two games, it was like um, maybe around 85, 90,000 people were in the stands
Nice.
yelling and stuff. And that's fine. Like, I have a helmet on and I'm playing, and you get nervous, so you get nervous and stuff. But to me, that's easier to do than doing some being like naked, not naked on the stage, but like you don't have a helmet, you don't have like all
Yeah.
your uniform on, like that in front of a stage is more nerve wracking than the 100,000 people college football stadium. Like that's
Yeah.
because it's like
And I feel
everyone
like
else is on the
it's,
field and it's like they're not
yeah.
looking directly at like you. Like eye
Yeah.
contact is real. Like that 100,000 is like like you feel small, but like being on
Hmm.
a stage with like 100 people
Yeah.
looking at you is a totally different feeling than like 100,000 on like this in the college football stadium.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm more nervous like for the 100 people or 200 people and doing a public speaking. It's just it's different.
Makes
Makes sense.
sense.
It's different. It's
Makes
like all
sense.
focus is on you. Like it's silent. Like everybody's just looking at you. Like I'd rather have all the noise and like not hear
Yeah.
myself think than like you
I can see
literally
that.
they're just looking at you, and then like you have it's almost like
It's like
yeah,
entertainers.
yeah,
Hmm.
entertainers. They're not talking back. It's just like
Yeah.
this is what I said okay? Like it's
Right.
like
Like, how do you feel
it's
about it?
different.
You're not giving me anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's
Clarence,
my
what's your close up? I'll let you go first.
I'd hate to stay on the whole introvert extrovert thing, but I just in closing for me, it's just like if you have me on your team, you best believe we're gonna talk, and you know,
Sir,
we're we're gonna
if
get
you hire me, I'm going to talk to you.
we're gonna be
That's what I
buddy
just
buddy.
heard. That's what I
We're gonna
just
be
heard.
buddy buddies. But no, I feel like I say that to say that you know in so many cases, there's so many different teams that just don't know each other. They're there for a sole purpose. And I mean, at the end of the day, you're getting paid to do a job, but to make your life easier, get to know your coworkers. Like, because I mean, at the end of the day, they're one thing I think people always forget is that people are still people at the end of the day, and there's so much other stuff going on outside of the work, life kind of thing, right? That to me you just understand when you understand your team you to me you create better products and you overall have a funner time doing it, right? But yeah, that's pretty much where I
Okay.
what I that's all.
Um, so mine is a Myers Briggs personality test is not the end all be all. Because there's more that goes into the personality than just these traits. Um, and so looking at someone's results and it's like, oh, you're, a 28% thinker. Like, why are you in your feelings? It's like people still have feelings. And so, or why are you going on based off your feelings, I should say. But Yeah, just understanding that there's way more to it than this. This is just kind of a glimpse of what kind of person you may be dealing with. And so don't kind of try and pigeonhole someone to be like this is all you are and things like that, because you got to have these conversations with people and get to know them, and just be observant about the people that you're working with, because sometimes you can learn a lot more about a person just by observing them. Don't be a creep, but just observing them to really figure out how they tick, because I feel like that can be a lot more valuable than having a person go sit and answer a bunch of questions, because uh, a lot of these answers are kind of based on your feelings at the moment.
Good thing
And
you mentioned
so,
that because I had a question about
yeah,
that.
because you were struggling when you took yours. Um,
Thanks,
so,
thanks.
if these questions are based on how a person is feeling in the moment, a couple days from now, my results may be different, which I've taken this test multiple times, and I tend to flip between INTJ and INFP. So it's all about how a person is feeling that time, and that's granted, that's because I'm 6 and 9% of the TJ portion, so I'm very close to the line of being able to flip flop. And so for the extremes, the likelihood of them changing not too high, but for the people who teeter on that line, just being cognizant of those types of things, and that's my thing. And also learn about yourself. And I would say go beyond just this personality test, because like learning about yourself and learning about what ticks, I'm so sick of it. Learning about what ticks is like, it can help you with how to let other people know how you work. Because I feel like that's a lot easier than someone just like studying you and it's like, how can I best interact with this person? If you already know how you tick, you can explain that to other people and start that motion from the beginning. So yeah,
Makes sense.
that's all I have. It was long, but that's all I got.
Yeah, no, that was
That's good.
perfect. That was a good
That was
wrap
good
up.
stuff, JB. Yeah, good stuff. All right, Devs Like Us community, thanks for joining us for another episode. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, share the episode if you think someone can benefit from it. Also, if you have not already, join our newsletter. We have a
Yes.
newsletter where we
Hmm.
do practice interview, coding interview problems. We also share some great link stuff that we think would be beneficial for the community. So check that out. And also, check us out on Instagram as well. Instagram, Twitter. Instagram, we have a lot of great micro content that we're publishing
Mhm.
there on Instagram. So the community is growing there. Thank you for everyone that has started to follow and engage with us on Instagram. So that's been an additional great platform along with here on YouTube and
Mhm.
whatever podcast platform you're listening to. Also, leave us a review on your favorite podcasting platform. That would be awesome as well. And
Yes.
let us know in the comments like what your personality is and how you leverage it as a strength and how you try to work on how do you work on yourself in certain situations. So I think that would be pretty cool to hear from you all. So thanks. Enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Terrence.
I'm Clarence.
JB. Bye.